Think of hot water like a daily utility that only gets attention when it fails. The right heater keeps showers steady, dishes clean, and laundry painless, quietly, without drama. Choosing between electric and gas isn't about brand slogans, it's about physics, infrastructure, and costs over time. Here's what matters, clearly and without fluff, so the decision is grounded in reality rather than guesses. Efficiency and performance. Electric water heaters convert nearly all their input electricity into heat inside the tank, which makes their point-of-use efficiency very high and predictable. Gas models waste some heat out the flue, so their conversion efficiency is lower, even when they're otherwise well designed. Let me explain. The burner in a gas unit is powerful and replenishes hot water faster, which gives gas an edge on recovery time and first-hour rating, especially for big households with back-to-back showers. Operating cost. What wins on the utility bill depends on local rates, not just efficiency numbers on a sticker. If natural gas is cheap relative to electricity, a gas heater often costs less to run despite lower efficiency, thanks to the lower price per unit of energy. Flip the conditions, where electricity is priced well or fueled by inexpensive renewables, and an electric heater may tie or beat gas on operating cost, particularly for smaller households with modest hot water draw. Installation and placement. Electric units are usually easier to site because they don't need venting or combustion air, which opens up closets, interior spaces, and tight corners that would choke a flue. They need adequate electrical service and a dedicated circuit, but the mechanical demands are straightforward. Gas units require a gas line, proper venting, atmospheric, direct vent, or power vent, and clearances, which can limit placement and add cost if those features aren't already there. Upfront cost and conversions. The sticker price often favors electric tanks, and installation tends to be simpler when an outlet and circuit exist. Converting to gas can stack costs quickly. Running a gas line, adding a vent, and passing inspections can dwarf the price of the tank itself. Converting the other direction, gas to electric, can also add cost if the panel needs an upgrade or a new circuit, but in many homes that's still less complex than adding safe venting routes for combustion. Recovery time and hot water demand. If the home regularly runs multiple showers, a dishwasher, and laundry in a tight window, recovery speed matters more than it does for a couple that staggers usage. Gas tanks generally reheat faster and support higher first-hour delivery, which is why large or high-demand households often feel less pinched with gas. Electric can match that performance by upsizing the tank or stepping to heat pump hybrids, but that's a different price and footprint discussion. Safety and reliability. No flames, no exhaust, no carbon monoxide. That's the everyday safety appeal of electric. The risks focus on proper wiring, thermostats, and scald protection, which are easy to manage with correct installation and settings. Gas adds combustion risks, leak checks, and venting integrity to prevent backdrafting and CO exposure. Professionally installed and maintained gas systems are safe, but they require vigilance and periodic inspection. Power outage behavior. Electric stops heating when the power goes out. Simple as that. Some gas tanks with standing pilots can still make hot water during outages, while models with electronic ignition will not. If outages are common and hot water is mission critical, that detail can tip the scale toward a pilot-light gas unit or toward backup power for an electric system. Environmental impact. At the unit level, electric heaters don't emit on-site, so their carbon profile follows the grid that feeds them. In clean grid regions or homes with solar, electric becomes a low-carbon path that only gets better over time as the grid decarbonizes. Gas burns fossil fuel at home and emits directly. High efficiency and condensing designs can trim waste, but they can erase combustion emissions. Noise and comfort. Electric tanks are quiet, no burners lighting off, no fan-induced draft, no whoosh of combustion air. Gas brings more audible cues, especially with power vent models, which some people notice in adjacent living spaces. If the tank sits near a bedroom or quiet workspace, that noise profile can matter more than expected. Maintenance and lifespan. Electric tanks are mechanically simpler. Heating elements, thermostats, anode, and a T&P valve are the main items, with flushing to manage sediment and periodic anode checks to preserve the tank. Gas adds burner cleaning, flame sensor checks, venting inspections, and combustion air considerations. Both benefit from annual maintenance, but electric typically demands less attention and fewer specialized tasks. Space and ventilation. Electric is forgiving on placement because it doesn't need a flue or outside air pathway. That makes tight mechanical closets, interior basements, and apartments straightforward. Gas mandates a safe venting path, vertical chimneys, sidewall vents, or roof penetrations, which can drive layout choices and constrain remodels. Water quality and scaling. Hard water doesn't care what the energy source is. It attacks heating surfaces and builds sediment in tanks. Electric elements can burn out faster in very hard water if sediment blankets them, while gas tanks can accumulate insulating layers of scale on the bottom that slow heating and boost energy use. Either way, regular flushing and anode maintenance pay off, and a water softener can dramatically extend service life. Heat pump option, electric. There's also a third path worth acknowledging. Heat pump water heaters, which are electric but pull heat from the air rather than making it with resistance elements. They use far less electricity than standard electric tanks, which can slash operating costs, especially in warm or moderate climates. They're bigger, a bit louder, and like some space and airflow, but when they fit the home, they often deliver the best running costs without gas. Tankless considerations. Gas tankless units deliver endless hot water and superb recovery, but require larger gas lines, dedicated venting, and precise commissioning. Electric tankless demands high amperage circuits that many panels can't support without upgrades, which is why whole home electric tankless can be impractical in older houses. For most homes, the tank versus tankless decision is separate from the energy source decision, but the infrastructure implications are real. Resilience and future-proofing. If the plan includes rooftop solar, time of use rates, or a smart panel, electric aligns with those strategies and can take advantage of shifting energy landscapes. If the area has reliable, low-cost natural gas and stable infrastructure, gas can still deliver excellent performance and predictable bills. Think about where energy policy and prices are headed locally, not just the snapshot today. What to choose when? Here's what matters. If the home already has a safe vent path and inexpensive gas, and the household runs heavy simultaneous hot water loads, a gas tank or gas tankless makes sense. If the space is tight, venting is awkward, safety and simplicity matter most, or the grid is clean and electricity is competitively priced, an electric tank or heat pump water heater is the cleaner, quieter, lower maintenance choice. Bottom line, match the heater to the home's infrastructure, the family's routines, and the utility bills expected over the next decade. Final thought, pick the path that keeps life frictionless. A well-sized, properly installed heater, electric or gas, beats a misfit with great specs. Get the capacity right, keep the maintenance simple, and let the energy source follow the realities of the space and the rates, not the other way around.